Hearts of Iron 4, the World War II game known for its perfect balance. Just kidding. Hearts of Iron 4 is known for the exact opposite. It's awful balance. Every time Paradox tries to balance the game, there's just a new meta that every player flocks to. For a while, Grand Battle Plan was the only viable doctrine. Now it still is, but sometimes you can use Superior Firepower Doctrine. When it comes to fighters, there's essentially only one plane you should build. Everything else is trash. When it comes to Navy, you should only build light cruisers. Capital ships and battleships are a waste of time. It's safe to say Paradox still has some work to do when it comes to balancing this game. So, one of the most notoriously broken divisions in Hearts of Iron 4 is called the Space Marine. It's essentially where you take a Marine and then you put one tank in. Then that Marine becomes so absolutely broken that essentially no one can beat it. For this reason, this template is banned in most Hoi 4 games. However, in single player, I can do whatever I want. So today, I, Captain Jimarkus, will be abusing Space Marines to melt the AI. I'm going to be playing as Germany, and I'm going to take advantage of the fact that the AI doesn't have many ways to counter Space Marines, and we're going to see how quickly and by how much can we destroy the AI in Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to go Iron Man mode and historical. So guys, here is a regular infantry template, and by adding one little tank, we get armor. And in Hoi 4, when you're fighting somebody and you have more armor than they have piercing, you essentially don't take damage to them. You can just do whatever you want to them. Makes sense. Infantry struggles beating armor. But the reason Space Marines are so OP is because this one little tank right here shares its armor with all this infantry, meaning for a very cheap price, we can have strong armor divisions. This is much more effective and cheaper than building a massive proper armor division, which requires many more tank templates. So now that you guys see why Space Marines are so OP, we're going to build them. And I want to rush this war as fast as possible, because generally, Space Marines do better before the AI begins building any tanks. So immediately, I'm going to rush the Anschluss so Germany can get itself a large industrial base. Now, when it comes to building, for the first year of the game, I will simply build civilian factories. Then, of course, we need construction, production, engineering, and I will be rushing something a little different today, interwar artillery. You will all see why soon. It has to do with our Space Marines. Production here. For now, we just need a lot of guns. We don't need these trash light tanks. We'll be using things that are much better than that today. We don't need these trash planes. We will need some anti-air, some artillery, and this looks good for early game production. An army organization expert, so we can get daily army experience fast. So we can build out our beautiful Space Marines early on. So guys, a massive psyop I learned about is the 4-year plan. This is what Germany did IRL, but in Hoi 4 it's truly not that effective. Prioritize economic growth is significantly better because you don't have to worry about those stupid Mevo bills constantly showing up. You can have a steady growing industry throughout the game. So we're going to prioritize economic growth. We can already do the Anschluss. Since I rushed out some infantry, we have enough men in the field to do it. So guys, now I'm going to rush a 1938 medium basic tank. This will be the main tank we use for the majority of our Space Marines. And today I'm going with concentrated industry to get as much just raw output as possible. And it looks like we have enough political power to go for war economy. I will do that. There we go, boys. All right, Spanish Civil War. Let's help out Franco. So that way we have enough XP to level up our doctrines and build those Space Marines. I got Reichsschlita Tots, who helps us build civilian factories faster. All right, guys, today we will not be going with mobile warfare. I'm deciding between Grand Battle Plan and Superior Firepower Doctrine. Superior Firepower helps line artillery and support artillery, which we'll have in our divisions, and also reduces supply consumption. But Grand Battle Plan, on the other hand, gives us coordination and max planning. Max planning is a bonus that essentially buffs all your other stats. I think we'll go for the max planning of Grand Battle Plan. It's very broken. And for what tracks we go for, I'm going to go for streamlined deployment because it just gives a straight breakthrough and soft attack bonus to all tanks immediately. And also I'm going to go for self-propelled support because this gives us free soft attack for self-propelled artillery, which I will be using. SPGs will be the main tank we use today because it gives extra soft attack to help us melt that infantry of the enemies even quicker. Now let's finish that Spanish Civil War. And as you can see, guys, I'm rushing those medium tanks and artillery. Our SPGs will be in production by 1938. All right, everybody, so we have ourselves our medium tank. We're going to give it a close support gun, so that way we can switch these to being SPGs. Radio. And the only stat that really matters to us is soft attack and getting a lot of armor. So I'm going to go with welded armor today, something you don't normally do to just stack armor. And these things are going to be paired with infantry, so they don't need to be fast. There we go. This bad boy is 50 armor, 33 soft attack. We'll give it a better cannon once that's researched. And I'm just going to put as many factories as I can on this bad boy. And the goal is to just spam these things out. All right, guys, so let's take this infantry division, duplicate it. And all we're going to do for our Space Marine is we're going to put in one little SPG right here. And something some people like to do is they like to add 1 artillery for extra soft attack, and we have 22 armor. That's pretty solid. On top of that, boys, we can add a logistics company for supplies. And there she is. She's looking very nice. And I'm going to name this division after a channel member. This is random. I'm not discriminating. I'm not picking favorites. I'm going to choose a random member. That member who joined just recently is Super Luminal Zero. Thank you for joining, sir. All right, guys, let's get that streamlined deployment. And we finally got the Flampanzer. We're going to begin producing quite a few of these. All right, boys, here's the Flampanzer. And we're going to toss that in our division. Now start producing an entire army. I want 24 divisions of our Super Marine tank. And guys, we're going to make even more insane Super Marines later. But this is just the generic one. That'll take down Poland for now. We're also going to need a signal company to help our tanks and our infantry coordinate properly. All right, now we can upgrade this tank, have a proper howitzer. Now we'll do even more soft attack. All right, guys, Grand Assault here gives us even more max planning and just raw breakthrough for our entire army. We need this. All right, this focus here, Advanced Panzer Research, gives us armor speed and attack, and faster research for medium tanks. Our first army of Space Marines is almost done. Another thing I'm going to work on is mountain-based Space Marines, all right? These Mountaineer divisions will be able to push through the mountains, very, very effectively. That way, we're not a one-trick pony. We can attack on the land and the mountains. And later on, I'm hoping to have Marine Space Marines and Ranger Space Marines, so we are good at attacking in territories everywhere. Anyways, here is what this division will look like. And of course, we're going to name it after a member. This dude joined 2 days ago, Nikodin 8910. All right, beautiful division. Let's start producing as many of these as I can. Aaron Rommel will be in charge of our army. This is where all the Space Marine armies will be placed. Heinz Guderian, he'll be the general here. All right, guys, here we're going to get self-propelled support to, again, help our SPGs out immediately. All right, before we start though with Poland, it'd be super nice if we could get 24 more of this default Space Marine. That would be ideal. Then I'm ready to launch the war, guys, against Poland. All right, boys, 1939 is here. And a bit earlier than real life, I want to start these wars. Let's reassert Eastern claims. And before we go to war, let's build up fuel silos, because we will be using a decent amount of fuel today. That will be our big problem today as Germany. All right, guys, here are our mountaineers. Karl Exle will be in charge of them. They'll move in the mountain regions in the south. It's the Danziger War, and we need to buy a ton of oil from the Americans before we begin. Spend all our money on that. Stock up, so we can fight this war. All right, Poland refuses to see Danzig. They know what the alternative is. And also that second army of tanks is here. Guys, we're going to declare war on Poland, and now we're going to see how effective these Space Marines are. All right, Space Marines, we're going to have the Space Marine army attack in the north by themselves to see how successful they are, and the bubbles are all green. And guys, I've never dominated Poland this bad. Usually there's a little bit of resistance, but yeah, no, we just melted. All right, then let's have these guys attack here. Yeah, obviously all green. And in the south, this might be the most successful invasion of Poland I've ever done in my life. Yes, Mussolini, you can join me, even though you're incompetent. And wow, we are just bullying the AI, guys. And I'm just not even going to have the rest of my army do anything. These divisions here will do all the heavy work. And they're able to cross the river. Normally tanks are awful at crossing rivers, but since these bad boys have a lot of infantry in them, their debuff on rivers, there is no debuff. It's a buff on rivers. Are you joking me? That is broken, dude. Oh my goodness. The only place they suck at attacking a bit is nowhere. They get buffs in every area. Unbelievable, guys. And we already got an encirclement of all of northern Poland. All right, our infantry, we can have them attack, I suppose. All right, well, that was an amazing first part of the offensive. We only took 2k casualties with no micro, guys. Normally, the only way for me to get this few casualties is to micro. I just battle planned it. Now, I will say I do want some casualties so we can farm up experience. I wouldn't mind that. We'll rat it. Let's get Tip of the Spear and Bold Attack. And Armor Genius Aaron Rommel. And if we get Heinz Guderian, we also get Mobile Warfare Mastery Gain. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to have these boys attack whenever they want. Finish the job. And how much fuel are we using a day? 3,000 a day, much better than just regular tanks. It's much more efficient than just using tanks. And seriously, this is absurd. I've not seen a single red bubble by these tank divisions. It's absurd. These Space Marines, ooh, I love them. But as the game moves on and the AI gets more and more armor and piercing to armor, we're going to need better tanks. So taking this focus here obviously gives our tanks more attack and breakthrough, but also I'm going to need to begin the process of researching heavy tanks. But first, we'll do an improved medium tank. There we go. We got a beautiful encirclement in the north here, and Poland has capitulated. Let's bring our boys to the Netherlands. All right, guys. Netherlands first, then Belgium. And Netherlands, I can't imagine this is going to be anything but a slaughter. And I'm just clicking, and yep. Oh, the poor Dutches. They're just trying to hang out on their bikes, but they're getting obliterated, dude. Oh, man. And guys, you know, I didn't even invest in airplanes so far. I don't think we'll need them. Who needs air superiority anyway? I mean, look at the Vietnam War. Those dudes won without a single plane on their side. That's what I intend to do for now. Planes are jester, all right? Everyone knows bombing campaigns just like piss off your enemy and make them hate you more. Well, now that that's taken care of, we can go to Belgium, and our special forces will have him go to Dunkirk, Calais, and Paris and whatnot. Oh, the French are trying to do a little offensive here with their regular tanks. Ha! Imagine not using Space Marines. The inefficiency. All right, it's August. Come on, let's end this war by the end of the year. The weather's still nice and good. It's actually even hot in some places still. Before it gets snowy and disgusting and rainy like, I don't know, swampy Florida, we gotta invade. All right, Belgium, roll out. Autobots, roll out. And again, all green. Guys, what am I doing? I'm such a jester. Why have I not done this before? In the past, I've been such a clown, and I've attacked with normal tanks. And they're losing a lot of strength, which is very interesting. Huh. Enemy casualties might end up being really high because of that. Yeah, we broke through. No, actually, full tank divisions in single player might be jester. I'm not even joking. All right, there we go. Got Belgium. Let's bring the troops to the line, bring them to the line, and then we're just going to go. That's the only downside is these boys do move a bit slow. But you know what? Attack on all fronts. I don't care. Who needs planning bonus anyway? We've been cooking hard enough. And there's me against the real tank, and yet I'm still winning. Because, I mean, in all fairness, this is a trash Garbo light tank that the AI just shat out. Nice. Come on, let's get this supply hub here. That'd be very good. These things do use supplies. There we go. We got that supply hub, and now we should be able to just crash on down. And surely they still have disjointed government. Yes, they do. The French are not locked in. We're about to go on our massive offensive. Oh, the French are trying to push me back. Okay, now we send it. We have green bubbles everywhere. And full planning bonus. There we go. We got Paris. And the French are done. Let's establish Vichy France. And Luxembourg. What will we do with you? It would be funny to just keep him around, huh? Just keep him around so they can watch the shit show that is the World War. Nah, I think we'll kill him, though. All right, Luxembourg. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to slice your head off with a katana. I'm feeling very Japanese today. I just, like, had some gas station sushi. Rest in peace my stomach. All right, we got him. Let's go, boys. Oh, one thing I noticed, I didn't do the Molotov-Ribbentrop pack today, but that'll actually make our invasion of the USSR easier. Now let's upgrade our Mountaineer, so that Mountaineer division can get even stronger. We're obviously going to need a lot more XP for that to happen. Of course, Mussolini wants to join after we win. What a fair weather friend. Now, I'll accept it, though. I mean, what can you expect out of this guy? Only thing he's got going for him is that nice, sharp jawline. Nothing else. Just for fun, I will make 24 more of these medium tank divisions. I keep misspeaking. I mean Space Marine. These are not tanks. These are Space Marines. Big difference, folks. Big difference. This is what happens when you play Hoi 4 all day. You don't sleep. Then when you don't sleep, your brain cells literally die in your head. Then you become retarded like me. And then combine that with never going outside. That's why I get a little flustered sometimes. A little disoriented. Maybe I need to reapply to McDonald's. And it looks like our improved small airframe is done. Sorry, guys, I got some gum in my mouth. Pretty busting, though. But the aspartame in it might make me shit myself. All right, well, we're going to go for attacking the Baltics so we can get ourselves in a better position against the Soviets. Oh, we finally got it. Our new medium tank. So what we can do with this tank is obviously we'll install the same SPG, but I'll add more heavy machine guns. And now we're just going to make the armor as stacked as we can. There we go. I maxed out the armor. 78 armor. That's ridiculous. All right, boys, let's pump this out. I have 3 little light tanks here. I might as well send them to Africa. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully, they don't get sunk by the Royal Navy. And yeah, I'm not going to send the cream of the crop that I have. But these guys, you know, they made it out the Spanish Civil War. Please don't get sunk, man. That would be awful. Like, I thought about this. Imagine you train your whole life to be a soldier, like the Russians who were going to Ukraine, the Spetsnaz. And then before you even make it, you get shot down. Like, regardless of which side you're on, that would suck. You get shot down before you even train. All right, I'm sending my boys to Alexandria. It looks like Mussolini did something for the first time in his life. He got the port. And I have a theory, because it seems like Italy always does well initially in Africa, then fails, that like the game is hard programmed to have Italy succeed in Africa, then fail. All right, we got Suez. Ooh, let's go, boys. All right, light tanks going. Yeah, that was pretty easy. All right, here's our plane. Now we can finally start producing airplanes. This is 1940. And yeah, guys, pro tip, if you ever play Hoi 4, don't waste your time with 1939 planes. They're trash. If you build 1940 planes, you will mog your enemy's air force. I guarantee you that. Oh, we got a war goal. All right, well, Latvia, you're obviously going down. And yes, it's winter, but I ain't scared of a little bit of snow. My space marines are built differently. They'll just walk over that shit like it's nothing. All right, attack. I expect to see no red bubbles. Yeah, that bitch was turning yellow. I expect them all to be green, man. I want perfect. So far, we've taken very few casualties. I intend to keep it that way. Oh, guys, I'm so slow. It's only 1940. That is how early we took down France. It's only 1940 right now. That means we theoretically could wait another year to invade the USSR if we wanted to stay with a historical timeline. I don't know though, Papa Stalin. We could kill him earlier because we never signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. We never did it. But at the very least, I want to at least prepare a collaboration government first, which, speaking of the devil, I can do that like now. So I will do that. That way it's easier to cap the Soviets, so I don't have to go all the way to bum-ass Siberia to cap them. I would prefer to just take Moscow and call it wraps. Or else my men might get addicted to vodka if they're stuck in Siberia. All right, Lithuania's gone. That was pretty easy. Next up, Lithuania. Wait, this was Latvia. We did Lithuania. Okay, they're all kind of the same to me, guys. I'm sorry. All right, Latvia, you're next. And boys, yes, I know there are massive snow debuffs. I know it's cold. You're shivering in your boots. But if I see one red bubble, there's going to be a punishment. No hot soup for you guys. And thankfully, man, these Space Marines are trouncing any and all infantry. Hopefully, this performance holds up against the Soviets, who have 1 to 2 million men. We only have about 1.63 million men today. We have a slightly smaller army, but that's totally workable. Oh, no. Yep, okay, that was turning red. Stay green. I'm feeling very much like a perfectionist today. I want everything to be right. And with this winter warfare, I mean, we've taken like no casualties. We took only 1,000 to Lithuania, 400 to Latvia. But my goal is to rack up XP, and I want all of these tracks to at least be like one level done. That would be very optimal. And I don't know what's been going on in Egypt, but clearly we are doing well. I just kind of have to let this go. That's nice. Yeah, Mussolini, bring in more troops, please. I'd prefer if you could handle that. If Mussolini, if you could take something off my plate, I'll give you a little smooch. All right, just to have as backup, I want an improved heavy tank. I will produce that on the side as a more specialty division. Oh, Papa Stalin stole Estonia from me. Interesting. All right, well, that's fascinating. That's the question, guys. Do I attempt to destroy the Soviets now, or do I wait a while longer? They are building some tanks. I actually think going for them now would be good. We have more mills than them, and we can apply all the pressure possible to them. You know what, guys? I'm going to go for invading them now. I think that's the play. Anyways, guys, let's stock up on oil from Russia. We're going to give them a little economic boost before we go to war. I know you're like, oh,
Jimarkus, that's counterproductive.
But who else am I going to buy from? This is kind of like the EU buying oil from Russia during proxy war. It's a bit counterintuitive, but you do what you have to do. The tanks don't run on love as much as we want them to. They run on oil. There we go. Got 9 more mountaineers. 24 more beautiful Space Marines have made it. Who's the base general we can give them? Ooh, this bad boy right here, who reduces the amount of supplies they consume. All right, what part of the field should these boys attack in? They should go to Zoltamir. All right, guys, my goal is obviously going to be to attack in Ukraine towards the Caucasus where we can get the oil, because I desperately need the oil. I never want to buy oil from the Soviets again. I intend to plunder it the rest of the game. All right, it's May, and the weather in Russia is not too awful. There's a little bit of mud, but our Space Marines are built differently. They're not scared of a little mud. You think they're human? Nah, they're better than human. Superhuman. Okay, I gotta calm down or I'm about to start talking like Joseph Goebbels before you know it. All right, boys, get ready, get ready. Org up, org up, org up. War is coming. Whether you signed up for this or not, it's happening. I was going to say you signed up for this, but these boys probably got drafted. Well, you're going to like it, so you're here now. You're in the Jimarkus army, and there's nothing you can do. All right, do we have full planning? Yes, we do. I think it's time to go big or go home, guys. Go big or go home. So first things first, the weakest front is going to be in Estonia. I will take that first. Easy peasy. Now, I'm not even going to waste my time attacking with the regular infantry. Now let's go for Minsk, where we actually have resistance. And ooh, all green bubbles. Yes, please. Yeah, the Soviets should not have tanks by now. Even if they do, they'll be shitty light tanks. There's no way the AI is building any tanks this early in the game. Space Marines shine before like 1942. It's only 1940. And we got Minsk. Easy peasy. And there is mud. Okay, let's do a little test. Can these Space Marines, like the G's they are, go through mud? Yes, they can. The mud barely even affects them, dude. Holy shit. Well, now let's go in the center. Let's try to cross the marshes. Yeah, this is a marsh tile with lightning. So suboptimal weather. I wouldn't want to fight in that weather. But our boys are making this work, aren't they? All right, I'll let them cook. We'll see what happens here. And in the south, there's a lot of dudes, but I still trust them to push anyway. There we go. Destroy that light tank. How's progress going in other places? Oh, we're at Tallinn. We got to take that one, but we're not going to have any supplies. This is not going to be easy to take by any means. But you got to do it, huh? You got to do it, guys. So there's a few red bubbles in the south. You know what, men? That's okay. I won't execute you because you're still overall making good progress. Come on, Zodomir should not be that hard to take, but we are kind of going through marshes. So again, after the marshes, I don't want to see a single red bubble, but I can tolerate a couple for now. If I see a couple, I won't get too mad. I won't start acting like Mustache Man in Downfall. But I like how we did here. We got the supply of Zoltamir, and we can avoid those marshes. Even our Space Marines are struggling a bit in marshes. But guys, just wait until we have literal Space Marines with like Marines and tanks. Those will be able to walk through any biome, anything. And these boys, well, they need to go for Kyiv. And all this to say, we don't even have air superiority. The Soviets have it. I'm going to train up my planes, though. I do plan to at least deploy some fighters to contest the sky very, very soon. We've taken 97,000 casualties. They have taken 182. So that's a decent ratio. Oh, and the Soviet casualties are going up. It looks like they're doing some suicide charges. Yes, they are. And one thing the Space Marines, I can tell you, are really good at. They're really good at defending. That is for sure. If anything, they're probably better at defending than attacking. Two armies right here are going to go for Kyiv. They have full planning bonus. The weather's good. And yep, especially on the plains, not a problem. We have hundreds of attack. There we go. We just steamroll. I was getting a little discouraged there. I was like, Space Marines, they're not doing as well. I was getting a little emotional, but nope, not anymore. My confidence has been fully restored. I don't care. Call me bipolar. Call me what you want. But I'm happy now. I have infinite dopamine in my system after seeing these successes. And we're on Kyiv like it's nothing. Let's try to get encirclement of Odessa. They got a lot of boys down there. Be nice if we could trap them all. And a little scheme I did, guys. I assembled a port right here. So now we can attempt to take Tallinn again. And now that our boys have supplies, they are mogging the Russians to death. All we needed was some supplies. And everything's going great now. There we go. Now let's get these guys out of Estonia. Estonia, you are liberated. Ooh, look at this progress. Look at this. And we did it, guys. We're about to get that encirclement of Odessa I was manifesting. They were making some moves to trap these 7 divisions in Estonia. All right, there we go. Captain Jimarkus makes money moves. These Mountaineer divisions, I must say, are performing excellent. They do much better in weird terrain than just the standard Space Marine. Boom. All right, I want to send these boys to Leningrad. And dude, again, in the plains, success. Stop crossing the rivers, though. I want to just win. All I like to do is win. I don't like losing, so I prefer it when you guys don't lose on my behalf. You make me look bad, Space Marines. The viewers want to see only green bubbles. All right, again, another offensive. I have essentially 2 spears going to Moscow. One from the south and one from the north that's more direct. I'm going to have these guys go now. Let's go get some Molens, get that supply up. We do lose a lot of our tanks in Russia right now. I'm not producing many yet. I'm losing many every day. So I guess the factories are just going to have to start working harder and to start pumping out more flame tanks. Okay, I have a few airplanes. I at least want to like make it so the Soviets don't absolutely dominate us in the air war. You know? What? Romania? They just gave away Bessarabia, dude. Oh, make that make sense. It's Hoi 4 for you, boys. Oh, we're so close to Leningrad. Encircle that bitch and take it. Siege it, just like the Germans did IRL. I heard that was a very humanitarian battle where the loss of life was not encouraged. All right, logistics. Using less fuel is going to help us a lot. We need this focus. And we obviously need to do some more conscription. Casualties have been really good, guys. Actually, really good. Only 200k on our side, 1 million on their side. And the best part about this, guys, this is such a chill way to play Hoi 4 with these Space Marines. I'm not even doing crazy micro, and we're still getting really nice results. There we go, boys. Got Leningrad. So you see, I can going for a big little encirclement here of all of these dudes in Pskov. Before we got the pocket, let's liquidate that. And then these Mountaineers, actually, I'm going to relocate them from Leningrad down to the mountain region so we can seize the Caucasus. Got Crimea. Let's bring these boys down, like I was saying, to Rostov and get them ready to go into the Caucasus. That's what these Mountaineers are built for, man. This mountain combat. That's what the Mountaineer Space Marines are meant to do. This is like their life calling, their life purpose. And we're mogging the Soviet Air Force, by the way. Like I said, you guys build those 1940 planes. This is honestly one of my most successful Soviet campaigns. No struggles. I've been chilling McGrillen, laid back. In my chair, they've taken 2 million casualties. I've only taken 300k. I love Space Marines so much. I'd marry them, but I don't have a punchline for that one, guys. Jimarkus's wit is not endless. Oh, this is really good. So we can like salvage equipment that gets destroyed. So we can not struggle as much with this equipment shortage, which is plaguing the army. All right, guys, let's sit out this winter. Then summer 1941, I want to finish the job. And the Soviet Air Force effectively just doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Relic of the past. All forces to Moscow. I cracked open my soda. I'm locking in. Go, go, go. From the south as well. Yep, we're going through the plains. They built up a few more defenses, but I ain't scared. And we got a brand new supply up in the south for our Mountaineers to attack through the Caucasus. No problems. And we're slaying in every category, getting encirclements like it's no one's business. The Space Marines are doing lit. And they're about to seal the deal. Go to Moscow quick. Collapse the Soviet industry once and for all. Oh my god, the oil, the oil, the oil. Take it all, take it all, take it all, take it all, take it all. I am like those greedy execs now. Man, after the war in Iraq was announced, the oil execs must have all got massive boners or something. Because, I mean, I get it. I share their excitement. I'm excited now invading the Caucasus. They must have been really excited doing this shit in real life. And we have it, boys. The fuel is no longer a problem. Our Space Marines can now run forever without any problems. And on that note, let's take Stalingrad. And we have Moscow. Moscow. There, boys. We got it. We got Stalingrad. Now secure it. Stalingrad's always a struggle to take because it's surrounded by literal dirt roads or something. The supplies are awful. But the Space Marines are able to punch today. Final push. We got all green bubbles. I think it's going to go great. And after this, we might have to help Mussolini in Greece. It's not going too hot for him. Boom. Beautiful encirclement. Stalin, just give up. This bloodshed is not worth it. I know you're a stubborn guy, but you got to just FF. All right. And the Soviets are finally done for before 1942. Oh, and there's some big D-Day invasions. Good thing we're done with our war. Now all my boys will be available. Come on back to Germany and let's defeat the wicked Brits trying to invade us. And the Brits are going to be in for a rough one when they have to deal with my Space Marines. They're going to get melted, boys. They're going to get melted. Boys, what is going to happen now is we're going to take this little Marine right here and actually turn it into a proper division. These are literal real Space Marines here. No more messing around. We're going to use these to invade the Brits. And any other naval invasions we might need, we will use these for. And then we're going to add on our medium SP artillery. 3 of them to be precise. And let's make this just a bit beefier. All right, now obviously we need medium flame tanks, logistics, artillery, signal company, and pioneers, which are very broken, might I say. And this Marine division, I will name after one of my moderators, Cozy. Cozy, if you see this, be happy, okay? Speaking of which, join my Discord server if you want to play Hoi 4 MP games, chat with friends, and occasionally talk to me when I pop on. And it was, let's train up 24 Cozy divisions. And we have all the supplies we need. We got a lot of tanks now that we're no longer in war, producing a lot. And we're about to switch to a new advanced medium tank too. So that bad boy's gonna have a lot of armor so we don't get pierced by any of the AI. Crap, guys, I forgot to research landing craft, so I'm only gonna be able to like send 8 divisions at once to do a naval invasion. Quite unfortunate. Hey, but we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. These divisions might be strong enough. All we need might be 8 divisions. I mean, that might be all we need today. I'm gonna do this hocus right here, Operation Sea Lion. This will help us out a lot. Our Navy's looking nice and trained up. Okay, we got a lot of light cruisers, which is all I've been building in my Navy. It's kind of the strat to build light cruisers. I'll put them in this fleet of battleships I stole from the Soviets, and hopefully that's enough to get us naval supremacy. All right, let's patrol the channel, boys. And let's see, guys, how do these real Space Marines perform? I'm very excited to see. Let's give them the org they need, and I'm expecting to get naval supremacy soon. Oh, there's some British ships and a lot of planes, and so far they're getting melted. All right, very nice. Oh, look at all the Spitfires, dude, but they're getting Air Force mogged. Let's go. Dude, not fair, guys. Holy shit. This happens every video because I build the best, most meta planes. Build the meta planes, guys. Build the meta planes. All right, we have the supremacy, boys. So let's hit it. Let's skedaddle. And usually landing in the English Channel can be quite a bitch, quite a problem. But today I'm wondering with these OP divisions, how well will we do? Well, I haven't even looked at the stats. They plus 40% attack on marsh, plus 40 on river, plus 60 on amphibious. Okay, so they should do pretty good. Oh, here, let's send our cast over to the UK. Boom, we landed, we landed, we landed. All right, now we just got to take those ports. Yes, sir. Okay, dude, I'm telling you, normally in Hoi 4, this is way harder. Here, you know what, boys? We're bringing in the whole army. March up to the UK. It's a tiny little country anyway. Shouldn't take that long to march up. Haha, dude, instant melt. I mean, you guys have seen me struggle to take the UK before because they just pile on divisions. But dude, these Space Marines are just not even fair. I think we have air superiority. We don't, but it's doing well. And we're losing planes, but it doesn't matter because we're winning the war. And we're getting port after port, port after port. And dude, even these like a conglomeration of divisions can't stop us. There's like 20 there. They couldn't do shit. Holy, holy, holy. I'm out of words, man. Yeah, there's a few red bubbles, but the red bubbles find a way to turn green after a couple minutes. And the Brits are trying to stop us, but they lost the carrier, and the French did. Those were truly some of the most effective Marines I've ever used in my life. I can see why they're banned in multiplayer. Now, I will say there are counters for Space Marines in multiplayer, which make them less effective, but they are still nonetheless very good. Oh god, look at all these divisions, dude. This might be one of the gnarliest encirclements of all time right there. Operation Tenenbaum is done, so actually after this, guys, we're doing something fun. We're gonna go for Switzerland. And we got the UK, boys. I'm really curious to see how quickly we can destroy Switzerland. To surround these dudes, and let's see how fast we can cap them. All right, declare war, and let's see how these guys do against Switzerland, which is a mountain fortress. Oh, this is, dude, sometimes I rack up several 100,000 casualties taking Switzerland. Not today. It's the most lopsided thing I think I've ever seen. What? Holy shit, dude. They're actually just getting so melted. This is ridiculous, boys. Okay, well, this is really fun. I want to melt more people. I know we can use our mountaineers here to attempt to crush Greece. That actually should be pretty damn easy. Mussolini's been struggling with this for like a year, which is pretty bad if you ask me. But who am I to judge? I'm just, you know, best .4 player with the best Space Marines ever. Yep, Mussolini, you're worthless. We're taking Greece like it's nothing now. Mussolini, come on. That's embarrassing. All right, guys, we're doing some invasions of the USA. We got to melt the USA. There we go. We're invading Halifax. Easy peasy. All right, we got our boys in America. Let's just get a foothold, get the ports, and then the big melt will happen once we get that establishment. And yeah, their futile attempts to thwart us are not going anywhere. We're just ripping at 4-speed, guys. All right, if we take Quebec, that would be very nice. And even though we have to cross the river, because these are Marines, they're melting. We're going to the USA, guys. Just a full force attack now. All the boys are here. Guys, this is looking very, very good. Let's see how many more Americans pull up, but we're melting all the divisions they have that show up, and I don't know how many more they'll even be able to bring to the battle. Let's find out. Ooh, it's looking good, boys. We're in Philly now. And I got 72 extra divisions here. Let's bring them down to Washington. And even more boys will be able to rip through the heart of the USA. Fall of DC, let's go. All right, let's keep the show running. All right, rush to LA, guys, and the Americans stand no chance. They've taken nearly 2 million casualties. The Brits have taken 2 million themselves. Very good stuff, guys. These are such OP divisions. If you want to have some fun, take out the Space Marines and just let it rip. And the USA, guys, has capitulated. Everybody, it looks like Space Marines are extremely broken, and I had fun melting the AI to death with these Space Marines. Well, everyone, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you really want to help the channel, watch one of these two videos right here, become a member, and most of all, guys, most important, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.